Hey there, Charger people. It's Mrs. Boyd here. Today, we're talking about arc length. You're going to love it. Here we go. Arc length. If we're given a radius and we want to find arc length, the length of an arc is found by multiplying the circumference of the circle by the arc's degree measure out of 360. In other words, we use this here formula to find the arc length, where x is the sector that we care about. 360, that's the measure of the circle all the way around. And 2 pi r is circumference, if you have forgotten. So arc BC, the length of arc BC, we take this sector, 100 divided by 360, and then we take that times 2 pi r. So 2 pi and then 4. We can leave this in terms of pi, so our answer has pi in it, or we can say that arc BC is equal to 6.98 units. This is a length, like the perimeter is a length. The arc length is just the length of this segment of the circle. So it's going to be units, no exponent needed here. Or we can calculate the measure of each arc instead. If we're given the portions here and we want to find the arc length of BCD, we know B and C, and we know the segment of C and D, so we can put those together. So BCD will have x over 360 times 2 pi r. Again, that's our friendly formula for today. That means arc BCD is 190, because 100 plus 90 is 190 over 360 times 2 pi, and r is the same, 5. Put this all in our trusty calculator, and BCD, arc BCD is 16.58 units. Splendid. A couple more to try here. If you have not tried any of these, let's pause and try one on your own. All right, we've got arc BC we want to know. We're going to use the same equation. I'm going to keep writing it down so it's hard to forget. If we put in what we know, I can't even draw any letters today. BC is 105 over 360 times 2 pi times 3. Put that in your calculator, and arc BC is 5.5 units. Try the next one. Here we're given the diameter is 8, so that means our radius is half that, or 4. We're going to use this same equation, x over 360 times 2 pi r. That means arc DC is, that'll be, we want DC, so that's 60 over 360 times 2 pi and times 4. After we calculate that up, we get DC is 4.19 units. Last one, you try it. All right, we want to know arc CDB this time. Let's be careful, because CDB starts at C and goes around the circle to D and then keeps going to B. So this is the only part of the circle, the arc length, that we don't care about. Okay, here's our, that was just the worst. So is my eraser, apparently. All right, that's 2 pi r. All right, arc CDB. We're going to take 360 minus 85, and that gives us 275. So that's our segment, or our sector portion that we're going to put on top, the part we care about, times 2 pi r is 6. We calculated that baby up, and we get arc CDB is 28.80 units. All right, that's all we need to know about if we're given radius. Now we're gonna flip over, but all my stuff's not gonna move together. All right, looks like I got it. miraculously. Oh. But I'm missing the back page. Oh no, let's get it. All right, we flipped it over. I finally got everything figured out. Whew, this is a struggle. Now we're going to do the same idea, but if we're given the area. So since area formula of a circle is A equals pi r squared, we can solve for r and then use that for our formula. New formula is going to be L, arc length, is x over 360 times 2 pi r. That's our formula. Hurrah! So we have area is pi r squared. The area of the circle is 25 pi. Find the length of an arc with a central angle of 60 degrees. First, we find the radius. So we know the area is 25 pi, and that equals pi r squared. Well, I divide both sides by pi to get r alone. Those cancel, so I'm left with 25 is r squared. Square root each side, our radius is 5. We use the same formula. L is 60 over 360 times 2 pi times 5. That means our L, after we calculate it, 5.24 units. All right, so this is just one little baby extra step where we have to find the radius first. The area of a circle is 36 pi. We'll use that to find our area. So 36 pi is pi r squared. I can look at this and know I've got pi on each side, so I know they cancel. 36 is r squared. Square root each side, r is 6. Central angle is 45. We want to know that arc length. So L is 45 over 360 times 2 times pi times 6. That means our arc length is 4.71 units. Try this next one on your own if you haven't yet. All right, area of the circle is 100 inches squared. It's what we use to find our radius. 100 is pi r squared. Well, this time we don't have a pi in our area. We have to divide both sides by 3.14. That means r squared is 31.83. And when we square root each side, our radius is 5.64. So we plug that into our formula. The central angle is 110 degrees. So we have the length, arc length is 110 over 360 times 2 times pi times 5.64. That means our arc length is 10.83 inches. One more. Area of a circle is 50 centimeters squared. So we put 50 in for our A. That's pi r squared. Same thing we did above. We have to divide both sides by 3.14. Those cancel. We've got r squared is 15.92. Square root. R is 3.99. Central angle is 90 degrees. We have L is 90 over 360 times 2 times pi times 3.99. That means our L is 6.27 centimeters. That's the world's worst M. Sorry about that. That's all I got for you today, folks. I hope this makes all sorts of sense. We've kind of looked at it before, but I think now we're really going to drive it home. Let me know if you have any problems, and I look forward to seeing you so soon.